My name is Ian Pratt. On the 10th of September 2012, at the age of 42, I was diagnosed with motor neurone disease. I was devastated to discover that motor neurone disease, or MND, has no known cause, no effective treatment and no cure. It can affect your ability to walk, to talk, to eat, to move and to breathe. The average life expectancy is 3 to 5 years from diagnosis, and in all cases this disease is terminal. Unfortunately, there are no happily ever afters with motor neurone disease.
The Motor Neurone Disease Association is a charity basically, and what we do is we provide assistance for people living with motor neurone disease, not just the person living with it but also the families and any other associated needs that may be around that. It is the only charity in the UK that supports people with motor neurone. Unfortunately, there's no funding from the government to help with research and things like that, and quite often some of the equipment that's required, although it is available for the NHS, doesn't get to the people that need it in time, because motor neurone disease is very progressive and sometimes very, very quick. Things change very quickly, so you might need a wheelchair one month, and then by the time they've got to the point where they're able to provide it, then that's not required anymore. So we need to step in where we're needed and provide assistance. What we're doing is we're swimming from Ryde Sands on the Isle of Wight across to Southsea, or Portsmouth basically. What's really pleasing about the swim for this year is that we sort of made it known that it was available for other people to join if they wanted to, because there's only 4 did it last year, and we've now got 22 swimmers and 30 kayakers and 7 safety boats. So it's a massive event this year, and the great thing about it is that it's creating awareness of motor neurone, because actually only one of the swimmers has any connection with motor neurone and only 3 of the kayakers do. So everybody else, it hasn't affected their family at all. So all these swimmers have got to go out and ask their family for sponsorship for motor neurone disease, so they're doing this for motor neurone. So the awareness that it's generating is fantastic, not to mention the money side of things. I'm hopeful that we'll raise something like £10,000 for the island, because there's more to come obviously, and there's still time to go and people will give after the event. But the key message for me is that we need to let people know what motor neurone is. We need to let people know what motor neurone does to your body. We need to let people know what motor neurone does to the family, and how devastating it can be. You don't want to go around the street and somebody say to you, oh, you've got motor neurone disease, when are you going to get better? Because that's not going to happen. And we don't want to be having those conversations. So we want people to understand what it is and be respectful of that. And we want to help.
Well, thanks everyone for coming. There's a specific route, because there's currents in the Solent are very, very strong, even when it's a neap tide. And we will start on Ryde Sands. If you know Ryde Sands, it's about 600 yards to the right of Ryde Pier is Ryde Sands. We're doing it at low tide, so we can walk about 1.1 of a mile, so we save a little bit. It's 3.4 miles, we save a bit. And then there's a buoy about a mile out to sea. It's a great big yellow buoy. It's called the Sturbridge buoy. We are supposed to go to the left of that as we look at it, or west. And then we hit a thing called the Portsmouth bar, and that's a row of buoys that go out up the shipping channel. And when we hit that, we can then turn towards the shore. But we can't do it before that, otherwise we'll end up going too far. Just at the mouth of Portsmouth Harbour, there's a thing called the Swashway. 3 currents come together there, and we have to go across the Swashway. If we don't go across the Swashway, if we go too close to Portsmouth Harbour, you will really struggle. And then we'll end up on South Sea Beach, just to the right of where the hovercraft comes in. Don't go up there, slipway, go to the right of that. You can't go too further right because then it's all wooded and you'll never get off. What brings you here?
Firstly, raising money for motor neurone disease, a very vital cause. It's a charity that has very minimal funding and very minimal awareness within government funding and public perception. And the second thing really is much more of a personal grudge against MND and looking at fundraising physical endeavours to kind of conquer MND.
You say the word grudge, why?
Yeah. My father was diagnosed with MND 3 to 4 years ago, and he sadly passed away last year. So me and my family were his prime carers, so we saw it right from start to finish really.
I'm here with my 2 brothers, Andrew and Sean, the youngest, obviously. And we're here today to do basically a fitness test in the swimming pool. Involves, I think it's about 200 lengths, which is as an assessment for swimming the Solent, which I did last year with Tony. And after I was bragging to these 2, telling them how brilliant it was, they both thought, yeah, that would be a really good challenge to do. So willingly, they decided that they would, both like to have a go.
Not that willingly, you have to pay me.
Oh yeah, okay. All right.
I've been in the pool twice in the last month, and I've done about a kilometre each time. But I have done a lot of stuff before. We've all have, playing on our past experience a bit, I think, still. So we haven't done much training, but, we know we can do it. So swimming the Solent is going to be a real challenge, something I've wanted to do for ages.
Yeah, I haven't done any training yet myself. So this will be the first bit of swimming I've done. So from today onwards, I'm going to ramp the training up.
I think it's a nice thing to do as a group of brothers. So we have done a lot of events together over the years, not competitively. There's no pressure.
Best man wins.
Yeah, or not always. Yeah. But it is such a fantastic cause to be raising money for. It doesn't seem to get the coverage, the publicity that it really needs. Motor neurone is one of those ones that seems to be slightly under the radar. It's a massive, it's devastating, not just on the person with it, but also families and friends. So
I must admit, I didn't know much about it until you sort of talked me into this swim. The actual disease I didn't know much about at all, and I don't think a lot of other people do either. And I think part of the challenge is going to be making them aware of it and getting the money out of the people, just make them aware and try and raise the money.
I've got £100 at the moment, that's a good start. So we can hopefully raise quite a bit of money.
Definitely meet the 250 target, no problem, but if we can do double that or triple that, brilliant.
Hopefully it'll bring more awareness and, hopefully it will turn into an annual event. But no, I think for Tony, he has done a brilliant job and it's going to grow and grow. You hurt my shoulder, Andy.
Sorry, I'm leaning on you.
They're leaning on me.
Save my energy for the pool test.
Well, I heard about it because Melissa told me about it and I was like, I can do that. And then afterwards I was like, oh, that's quite a long way. So it was more of a, they can do it, so I can do it. But no, it's a really good cause to do it for as well. And then I got in touch with Tony and he told me what it was all about. So I thought that's an amazing cause to do it for. So I did my fitness test on Thursday evening and I did it in 1 hour and 56 minutes. I didn't think it was that fast, I wanted to do it faster. But yeah, I was quite happy with it. Yeah, I haven't set Melissa a challenge, she's just going to go
Set me
for
a
it.
challenge. Obviously I swim quite a lot working here, but it's not an awful lot of training, so I'm very nervous, but me and Charity have a little competition about everything, so I'm determined to beat her today.
Have you done it before?
No.
No.
I have, yeah, but it was the shorter distance from Hurst Castle to Colwell Bay. It's going to be a lot tougher.
It's quite easy though, once you get into a rhythm. No, but you get into a rhythm and you just sort of don't stop. So once you get into that rhythm, you just sort of just carry on. Because I thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be like really, really hard. And then once you get to about 60, you're like, I might as well just carry on. So
It's like we find.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be the same for us.
Yeah, I swim in the competitions, and then last year I started open water swimming, and I think it's so much better. Better than tiles on the floor.
you've got 1 hour 52 seconds.
Oh, I'll take that. It's better than the one. Oh, no, 150.
1 hour 55 and 53 seconds. Right then.
Finish, Danny.
Got it, huh?
We've done 4 extra laps.
Have I? I miscounted. I thought I had another 12 to go.
At one time you just, and then you picked up your pace beautifully.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks for the encouragement as well. I'll get that thing off me. I'm not my best at the moment. Hang on. How's that? Is that better? Come on. In that changing room.
Yeah, we've all been training very hard. A lot initially was in the pool in the winter, but since late April we've been in the sea in Sandown Bay, which is actually, the currents in Sandown Bay are horrendous at times, so it's good for us. And the great thing about training in the sea is it does let you know who's boss, and it does teach you to respect things. Swimming in the sea is nothing like swimming in the pool. You can't always have a long reach because the waves won't let you, and basically you have to adapt to the conditions that the sea allows you to swim in, which is quite good fun. I have to say, it's the best thing you can do, swimming in my opinion. It is great fun. It's called the Ian Pratt MND Challenge, and Ian Pratt's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. I met last year through doing the swim last year, and he's somebody that I've become very fond of, and we've become great friends. He's got motor neurone, he's had it for 2 years now, and basically it's in his honour that we're doing the swim. It's a progressive and degenerative neurological condition. Okay, and basically motor neurons are nerve cells, if you like, that live in your brain and your spinal column, and they send signals to your muscles to make your muscles move. So all your voluntary movements and involuntary movements as well are actually regulated by these motor neurons, and these cells die, and what that means is that there's no signal going to the muscle, so the muscle stops to work because it doesn't know it's being asked to work, so it wastes. So it looks like it's a muscle wasting condition, but it's not to do with muscles, it's to do with the motor neurons. It's a nervous condition.
When Ian and Catherine Pratt welcomed their little girl George into the world 3 years ago, they saw a lifetime of happiness ahead. Then Ian was diagnosed with motor neurone disease, which ravages the central nervous system and has shattered their hopes of a future together.
You had your dream house planned, you were going to travel the world, there were so many things that you wanted to do. And you didn't realise at the time you were already showing symptoms.
I was showing symptoms. At that point I was having some muscle cramping and twitching, which was sort of, now we know, is an early sign of the disease. The process of elimination is really draining on you as a person as well, because some of the tests are quite invasive. So it wasn't just a blood test, it was, I couldn't tell you how many blood tests, I couldn't tell you how many scans.
Lumbar punches.
Lumbar puncture, EMG, you know, those people that have had them will know what they're like.
The way it manifests itself is different in everybody that has it. There are common types, but the things it will affect speech, it will affect your ability to walk, it will affect your ability to swallow, to to hold a cup, or to, you know, eventually your body gradually shuts down in different forms, and you end up in the most extreme circumstances. You end up with the only movement you've got is with your eyes. At some point, it will stop you breathing as well.
It was when you were diagnosed with motor neurone disease that you were still going to the gym, weren't you?
I used to be very healthy. I was going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, and then I lost about 18 to 20 kilos in a matter of really short time. So overall now I've lost close to 30 kilos from my original body weight, which is, you know, why I'm sort of, the muscles just waste away.
The thing that's most upsetting about motor neurone disease is that currently there's no cure, there's no effective treatment, and every diagnosis is terminal. Nobody survives motor neurone disease. There's no happy stories. There's nobody that gets out the other side and says, well, I'm through that.
What sort of time scale do they give you?
Philip, I've been really conscious not to ask for a time scale because I don't think it makes a difference to me.
Yeah.
I'll live today, every day. But on average, I know that people last sort of 3 to 5 years. Some people last longer, some are much shorter. But the really important thing is that with this disease, every diagnosis is terminal. There isn't, you know, I know I'm not going to come out the other side and win. So we just have to raise awareness while we can.
What we've just done tonight, we've met all the skippers of the safety boats and we've had a briefing with them. That's all organised. We're leaving in groups and we've organised the right safety boats for the right number of people. They've organised all of the communications that they're going to need. All the warning flags are now on the boats. Everybody's got radios. So that was the last thing I had to do. So that's now done. There's people coming from all over the country to come and meet us that have been following us. People who've lost people to motor neurone, and people who've got support who support motor neurone, and people that are just family. I can imagine it's going to be quite an emotional time. I'm really looking forward to that moment, and I'm not going to do what I did last year, which is I swam right to the shore and then fell over. I'm going to walk from a bit further.
I'm not cheating, I'm just using my initiative. I'm not.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're all ready. A few words I'd like to say to you, then we'll go into the briefing.
I just wanted to say good morning to everybody and welcome to the Solent swim today. Thank you so much for coming down. It's unbelievable to see so many people here. It's been a pretty tough couple of weeks for us, just travelling around doing lots of different things, but I appreciate every one of you for what you're doing today. Motor neurone disease. Thank you so much.
We've come down from Barton Seagrave, which is in Northamptonshire. I met Tony through Facebook when he did the challenge last year, and kind of befriended him, followed his story, and then after he completed it, he let me know how he got on, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, I'd love to do that. We'd been to Isle of Wight ourselves on holiday a few months before, and I remember standing in Thorness Bay, looking across the Solent, thinking, oh yeah, I could swim that, that'd be all right. And when Tony said, well, we're looking at making it an annual event, would you be interested? And I was like, yeah, and I was like, I'm sure my friend Heather would love to do it too.
And I initially said, what? And then, okay. These ladies are the brave ones. They're the ones that I really take my hat off to. They're absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
And Zoe, are you based here in the Isle of Wight?
I am, yes, I'm over at Bembridge, yeah. Obviously last year it was the first time and there was 4 of us and it was great, but now seeing all these people that have come out for it, it's lovely to see it just taken off so much and so much more awareness and more of a buzz about it all, and yeah, it's good.
That's splendid. What advice have you got for these ladies doing it for the first time?
Yes, what advice, Sophie? Just keep swimming, just think of Dory, you'll be fine. Yeah, no, just keep going, it's just getting your mind in the right place, staying focused, and just keep going. Think of what you're doing it for, I suppose. As long as your mind's in the right place, then you should be okay.
Happy day.
Hopefully, she says.
Especially when the suit's a bit too tight.
I am here at Tony's invitation to swim the Solent today for MNDA. Fortunately, motor neurone disease has never touched our family, but when Tony got in touch, obviously one is aware of the disease. When Tony got in touch and I began to read more about Ian Pratt's story, I was very happy to get involved. I have never swum the Solent before. I don't know if I can swim the Solent. We'll find out in a few hours' time.
Have you done any preparation for this?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. But there isn't much time in the schedule for swimming 5 kilometres, so I've got myself up to an easy 2 kilometres, but 2 hours in the pool plus I haven't been able to find. So there's a bit of an unknown territory out there. When MND was described to me, coming from being aware of but not knowing much about it, it was described as living in a prison which gets 6 inches smaller each year, and I can't imagine that. So it seems like a really good idea to take a Monday out to be raising funds to support people who find themselves in that position. And it could happen to any of us.
Tony did this swim last year with 4 people. This year you can see 22 swimmers.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It just feels incredible to be here, to be part of this today.
I love your buggy.
Yes.
It's a dune buggy.
It is. Makes getting to the beach a lot easier. My ability's a bit more reduced since last year, but I'm still getting around. So.
Can you still run your business?
No, I pretty much given my business away now, so I'm pretty much retired through the disease. It was just becoming too difficult to get out and about.
This is quite a busy job.
It is, yeah, it certainly is. But it's a good job.
And you have to control the man on your left.
He doesn't take much controlling.
Well, watching on this side and that side, there would probably be a couple of hundred people, I would have thought. There's loads of people coming from all over the country to be on the other side. And my mum and dad are going to be there, and it's their 63rd wedding anniversary today. So they started it 63 years ago.
Yeah.
Get married then.
It's been good. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, mate.
Is this your kayak?
No, I borrowed it from one of my lifeguard friends, my colleagues.
And this is the kayak you can't kayak, is that right?
No, I can kayak, I just don't do it an awful lot. Don't know how far I'll get.
Good.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Are you in the fast group?
No, the second group.
Second group,
yeah.
The middle group.
Ready, steady, 1, 2, 3.
Are you prepared for the challenge, gents?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
You've been training?
Yeah, a little bit.
Look at those tummies.
I know.
We've all been
That's the
training.
insulation. It's cold out there.
Wait until when I've got the wetsuit on, you won't see it.
Ah.
Example.
I would imagine that for me and every other swimmer taking part with it, there will be moments when it doesn't feel like it's going to be possible, and we'll have to overcome that wall and carry on from there. My thought in moments like that, which I would share with anybody, is that failure lasts forever, but pain is only temporary. So if there's any reserves we can draw on to get over that and achieve what we've all come here to achieve today, then that gives us that lasting satisfaction of knowing we did it. And I think it's really key for anybody who's going out there today against the wind, against the current, for a 5 kilometre plus swim in a busy channel with huge tankers around the place, to have that absolute focus before they get in the water, that the next time they come out of the water is over by the Spinnaker Tower.
Sorry?
Well, unfortunately, I just didn't feel very well, to be honest. It is a massive challenge, and I didn't want to spoil it for everybody else. You know, after about 20 minutes, half an hour, I just felt exhausted, sick, and I just thought it'd be best if I not give up, but call it a day, and hopefully everybody else will be all right. You know, they're all giving their best out there, and I just feel really disappointed, to be honest, because you know, I wanted to finish it, and all those people that sponsored me and everything else.
And we've had these wristbands especially made. They've got the date and the swim logo on them, and we're wearing them on behalf of people with motor neurone disease. We call them angels, and there's two types. There's angels and there's warriors. And now angels are the people that have had motor neurone disease and have passed on, and the warriors are those that are currently living with it. And we've just made people aware through social media and things like that, that we were going to do this to honour these people, which is a very humbling thing to do for us as swimmers and kayakers. It's really quite something for us to be able to do that, because these people are there, in spirit, they're crossing with us, and then there's something tangible to prove that, and then we're sending them on to these people. And there's 120, and we've got people from Argentina, Australia, America, Canada, Italy, Holland, Germany, and throughout the UK as well. So we've even got a Rugby World Cup winner who's got motor neurone asking if we can do this in his honour, and it's so humbling, I have to say.
We've got 5, everyone's got 5. Mine in particular, I have my angel. My friend Stella Cerioni, her uncle had motor neurone disease and sadly passed away 4 months ago. So I have Massimo's band with me, and he's my angel, and he's going to swim the journey with me. So Stella, this is for you, and obviously Ian, this is for you as well.
There's 22 swimmers, so we're all going to have at least 4, I think, and then the kayakers going to have some as well. So we're actually making little teams of people, so there's a bag of 5 per swimmer, and then they decide how they're going to. But I've already allocated my 5. I've got somebody in America, I've got a guy in Australia that wants me to wear one for him. I want to wear it for him. I'm wearing one for Ian. You know, so and these are real people.
Each person that's requested them will have the band and a certificate to say that they've crossed the Solent on the 21st of July, and then they will be posted. So that's where they'll go, and those families, all those warriors, will have a band, and they'll know that they crossed the Solent.
The sad thing about it is we've been doing this for about 6 weeks now, collecting these names, and in the time that we've been doing it, 2 of the people that joined the list as warriors have now become angels, so they've passed on, and it can be that quick at times, and it's quite upsetting, really. And there'll be more. By the time we've done this and you've done this, a lot of the people on that list. But it's just, you would not believe what it means to these families and these people to have their loved ones honoured in this way, and the messages we get, you know, it moves you to tears sometimes. The messages we get, thank you for doing this. Well, it's not a great deal, you know, it's not a big thing, but to wear a wristband, but for them it is such a big thing, and so it makes it big for us. Well, I've been using this one for training. The ones that are going to the Angels and Warriors are only going to be worn once. I've been wearing this for about a month and a half now, you know. So I won't take it off because one of the things that it does do is when I'm swimming and it is tough, it reminds me why I'm doing it, and you don't give, when you realise why you're doing it, you don't give in. You know, you won't ever stop.
Doing great, Joe. The tower. Yep. Fair enough. Right. Yeah, brilliant. That's where 500 strength is done.
What's a personal challenge that swimmers like yourself have to go through? What happens to your body?
Well, you get tired, obviously. The key thing is you have to try and swim at the pace that you're most comfortable with. And one of the things is if you do the same stroke all the time, your body sort of misaligns itself. So I go to the chiropractor once every couple of months and just get her to make sure it's all straight, because you tend to, like most people, they're either right-handed or left-handed, so they tend to favour breathing to one side or one arm stronger than the other, and what that does is it puts a slight twist on your pelvis and your back, so you need to be careful of that, mindful of that. If you do a lot of sea swimming, and you need to take care of your body, and you need to eat the right stuff as well. One of the issues could be cramp, and certainly we did have that in the trial swim. One of the swimmers cramped up and he just about made it. He's combated that with actually making sure he has the right sort of diet and he's looked after himself. But if you're cramping up on the swim, every swimmer will have a kayaker with them, at least one kayak. In some instances we'll put two on, some people if they're very particularly quick or if they're particularly slow, and they can always hang on to that if they want to, and then obviously if they are really in that much trouble, we'll get them out of the water. Breathing is sometimes difficult because if the waves are coming in your way, so you have to try and time it, but it's something that you develop. I mean, swimming in the sea is a challenge at times, and the great news is it does fight back.
Come to me!
What's it feel like being the first one ashore?
It was a must for me, I think. I am quite competitive, so that was my first challenge really, to come first.
And the challenge is to arrive first, was it, or to just beat the challenge?
Initially it started off as just surviving it, but I haven't swum for 30 years. I used to train quite hard, and just getting back in the pool again, it went beyond the personal challenge to I can do a reasonable time. So.
Excellent. Do you have any association with the motor neurone disease?
Not personally, but certainly through Tony. He's a bit of a champion. He's a big champion for it.
Believe me, what time is less than probably 75 metres. Quite swim. Go on in, go.
Melissa, you seem to be shivering. Are you really cold?
Oh yeah, I'm a bit cold now.
Right. Were you okay swimming?
Yeah, it was really tough. It was harder than I've ever had it before. Toughest thing I've done.
Wow.
The first bit, we were like swimming. I don't know. The waves were like really big, and like I don't know. Everything was like couldn't get into a rhythm. I like to get into a rhythm, and it just couldn't do it. So.
Did you have trouble with that big boat that went by?
I didn't know there was a big boat.
That's good enough.
I heard the hovercraft once, and I was like.
Well done!
We did take a long way. We did go around the fort twice.
You're all over the place.
Were we?
Well, yeah, you zigzagged off over there, then you had to come back, then you cut short off there, and the current took you this way.
Made it more of a journey. I wanted, and we couldn't make up our minds. It's like this way, that way. Well, actually, we were heading for the Sturbridge Buoy. And I said, we'll keep right over, because I said the wind's and the tide will pull us around. And it did, because we actually got really close to it. And somebody said, you don't have to go round it. I'm thinking, oh, really? Last year, the conditions were just exceptional. This year, out there was a little bit choppy, a little bit of a wind. So you did have, you were sort of like tossed around a lot more.
Did you have problems with that ship that came through?
Yet nobody waved. I was going like that, and you know what, there's nobody. I thought, gee, there must be a hell of a crew on there. Can't they see me? No, we got well past that.
Was it a tough journey for you?
It was fairly tough, yeah. I knew what you were trying.
That's what he thinks of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he got run over by the ferry, did you see?
Going that way to the lane.
Bloody Great Brittany ferry, and he's swimming right in the path of it.
I heard all these people shouting because I had my earplugs in.
Oh, did you?
I thought they were waving. I turned around, Bloody Great Ferry next to me. Oh,
I wonder you couldn't hear what I was saying to you. I
thought you were saying well done.
I was going left, and then I was going right. I go, oi, have a look behind you.
I see people waving at me on the fort, saying hello.
Well done raising awareness.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's what it's about today. I mean, your own personal achievement, but awareness, which is obviously growing. There'll be people taking interest, looking, seeing the T-shirts. Fantastic. And let's hope that emanates out.
Unzip me, please.
That'd be ridiculous. Of course I can, darling.
That's lovely. I love being unzipped. Oh, thank you. Oh, what a relief. Oh, that's it.
It was tough conditions today for kayaking. There's a lot of swell out in the water. It's very choppy, and when your swimmer gets too close to you, it can rock your boat into your swimmer. So you're trying to keep a distance without getting too far apart. But I've done it before on calmer days, and it's much easier. It was a tough day. It was a tough day for the swimmers as well. They all should be highly commended for that swim. Glad I wasn't in the water.
You were two of you in one kayak.
Well, so this man, came to my rescue. I was meant to kayak over by myself, but due to a shoulder injury, couldn't do it. So he stepped up this morning and said, would I, ride tandem with him? So I got to do what I set out to achieve, which is brilliant. And full credit to the swimmer. To be fair, we've battled the currents coming up through there. Amazing.
Show me your wrists. Put the two wrists up there, because you've been.
Oh yeah, we're
kayaking for.
Yeah, we're packing the bands, and yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. And I'd say that's not an easy place to swim.
Well, it's all psychological, something like that. And they told me I was doing all right, but it just went on and on. That last sort of 20 minutes was quite a long time. I felt like I was really in the flow for a while, and then you sort of get to say that fort, and then it still keeps going and going and going. And that last sort of like 5-10 minutes, just like. But yeah, now I'm here, I'm all right.
I think it's any good.
It's all
I
right.
think it was fun.
I'm tired, very tired.
What was the most difficult bit for you?
Coming round the fort was really hard. That bit was the hardest bit, I think. Because I was just like, I'm not moving. Why am I not moving?
It looked like it was a piece of cake, really.
Well, it's a bit harder than last year. Hello, Dad. All right?
Hello, sunshine. We are proud of you. We really are.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's much harder than last year. I don't know how we ended up over there. Miles out of it.
Big zigzag it was.
Oh yeah. Shaking a bit now.
Yes. Take a break.
Oh. I got 7 of them.
Yeah, you've got Dave with you.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Right. Right, Jules.
Yeah,
That's a few carries, then.
well done, you.
Thank you.
I make it 10 past 3.
What time do you know what time you started?
Oh, hello, mate. Thank you.
That was
hard, wasn't it?
well, and we were the furthest out. We should have had it easiest.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
What time did you leave at?
12:30.
who was yours?
Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're all right. Welcome.
Well done.
Come on then.
Well done.
I'm ready.
Oh, that's now. Thank you. Hold that.
Oh, jeez.
Yay.
Oh, thank you.
We live in Hawley.
Lovely.
Yes.
Nice place. Oh, that's good. So did you have a sort of private bus or something to come down?
We come
Come on
down
the
on
train?
the train. Yeah, we get a direct train from Hawley down to Portsmouth Harbour.
Brilliant. That's good. You're spending the day here?
Yeah.
A good day?
Very good day.
A lovely day. That's excellent. I can't believe all this that's going on. Means a lot.
A big turnout for
Big turnout.
all the swimmers.
Do you know Ian?
We've met Ian today for the first time. We know we've seen Ian and his documentaries.
I know Tony.
We know Tony.
Ah.
Hooray.
Tony's everywhere.
Everyone knows Tony.
Well, that's very good. As chairman of the Isle of Wight NMDA Association, he's really turned things around. That's good. How long have you been living with MND?
Since 2005, Liam was
2005.
diagnosed.
Done well. Goodness.
Breaking all the records.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to you. Yeah. There were some funky old currents out there, weren't there? Wow. Thank you so much. You were amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Apple juice? Oh my God. I tried so hard to stay with you. I kept going saying, where's Todd? Where's Todd? Where's Todd? Do you want a towel?
So, yeah, but we need to know how many are out there. The harbour master wants to know how many are out there.
First 3/4 of it, which I guess was about 2 hours or an hour and a half, was brilliant, fine, felt really strong. And every time you looked up, South Sea was getting closer. And then the last hour, it just seemed to stay still. And I don't know whether that's currents or whether I was tiring, but that last hour was hard work. But the first 2 hours, took me 2.5. The first 2 hours were first 1.5, perfect, really, really good fun. But getting on land and hearing all the cheers and watching everyone else come in, and absolutely wonderful, wonderful event, wonderful day, brilliant.
Do you have a personal challenge? Because you thought there might be something in the middle of your own personal sort of breakthrough. But
yeah, there is a challenge, and it's when the currents get up, just as you're getting more tired coming in here, and and you just don't seem to move forward. It's heartbreaking, but you have to, you have to grit. But I guess everybody's felt that today. Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't do it. You know,
support.
you just couldn't do it without.
Well, I think the worst bit is coming in across the shipping lane.
Yeah.
I've got sea legs.
Oh, well done. You all right?
I'm knackered. There's a reason why they say don't do breaststroke. And I would never do it again. Oh my darling, we've done it! I can't believe we did it! Oh, I nearly got hit by a tanker.
So did I.
Seriously.
Oh, well done.
Big smile with Teddy. Look at Teddy smiling.
22 swimmers, we've all finished. It's been quite an emotional day, I think. There's quite a lot of people come from all over the place to see us finish. The currents were immensely strong today and took us far longer than we thought it would have done. And we've all missed our ferry back, so we have to pay now. We haven't planned for that. We're late for a party. Which is a shame. It's been a great day, and thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for everybody for coming. And so far, the clock's ticking, and we're on 22 grand for Motor Neurone Disease today. And obviously, a lot of people down here are now aware of it. So it's been a real success, I think.
It was amazing today to walk into the briefing and see this sea of blue and the MND colours, and just everybody there to support this challenge and to support us as a family and support this research and whatever for the disease. Someone's asked me today how much we've raised. It's really irrelevant how much we've raised. We've raised incredible awareness. We've been on radio stations, God knows where. I've got another radio interview tomorrow morning with Tony. So it's been a really, really tough few weeks, as I said earlier today. But thank you so much for everybody, each and every one of you that swam, that kayaked, that were in safety vessels, that were on the beach, either on Ryde or at Portsmouth. It just means so much to me that you all did it, and thank you to Tony for organising it. Some of you may have seen on my Facebook page that there's a poem that I quite often post up, and I'd like to read it tonight, if I can. It's my life shall touch a dozen lives before this day is done. Leave countless marks for good or ill ere sets the evening sun. This is the wish I always wish, the prayer I always pray. Lord, may my life help other lives it touches by the way. Thank you.
You know, it's just amazing that everybody here in this room has turned out to support us today, and thank you. I can't thank you enough. Right now, I'd just like to hand out some awards to the people that have put the time in and put the effort in for Motor Neurone today. So.
Was it as easy as you hoped?
No, not at all. It was a lot far harder. Yeah.
Far harder.
Far harder than I could ever imagine. Waves, currents, big boats. And the fact that my kayaker was a liar. He kept saying, just another 600 yards.
You're nearly there.
Yeah, and I couldn't see anything.
You have like a landmark in mind, and you keep going, you put your head down, you crack on, and you think, oh, it must be way behind me. You look and it's still there. It just didn't
feel like you were moving.
No.
It just felt like you were on the same spot. And you think, God, time's gone past and I've not gone anywhere. That was really hard.
And then you're not going anywhere, and a boat's coming at you quite quickly. You're like, but I can't go anywhere. What do I do? But no, that's what it's all about, isn't it? If it was easy, then
it wouldn't be a challenge.
Exactly.
No,
that's the whole point.
What kept you going?
Ian, that man in there.
I think as well, having the wristbands on really helped, because in my mind, I kind of, when it got really hard, I thought, I've got a job to do here. I need to get these bands over to the other side, and that's what this is about, and that's what we're doing it for. And so knowing that you had those on, you could feel them, and that's brought it home what you were doing it for. And so that's what
let Ian
kept you going.
Not at all, because he had so much faith in all of us that we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And just thinking of him and Georgiana, definitely.
I just needed something to push myself, and if you could have asked me a year ago what was my weakest attribute, I would have said swimming. I struggled to do more. I can breaststroke all day long, but front crawl, two lengths, and my breathing was out of rhythm, and I always disliked that. But to put the time and the effort into the pool was too much to take away from my other sports. So and it was just great to have, like, obviously it's linked to MND and the personal challenge of it, something to focus towards, and I was able to, and it was overcoming that. It was taking that weakest link I have and trying to make it something stronger. The personal challenge really honestly for me was the motion sickness and the sea salt. I get very sick very easily in motion, and I'd taken an anti-sickness tablet as well, which kind of makes you a bit sedated as well. So was fighting that balance really, but so I didn't have once an anxiety or worry about the depth of the water, or could I see where I was going. I'm short-sighted anyway, so I've never practiced seeing where I can go. I use my kayak for that.
Can you actually put into words what it is you went through?
Hell.
I don't think you can.
Awful, isn't it?
What can you? How can you?
It is just really, really hard. It's mentally, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's the biggest challenge I've ever done. Yeah. Because once you're in that water, that's all you see. You just see waves. You can't even see the shoreline, and you swim and you think, God, I still can't see anything. And so mentally, it's really tough.
I think
really
it's
tough.
I think it's very physical, obviously, but I think a lot of it is psychological, isn't it? Much more, probably more mind than it is physical.
Yeah.
You know, we get messages. I cannot believe you're doing this for us.
Yeah.
You know, the personal side of it, and it's just when you sit back and think about it, it's just so humbling. It's really something that moves me a lot. Motor Neurone Disease moves me a lot, to see what people go through and how they fight it, and how dignified they are, and how they don't give in, and how they don't complain. People just get on. This is my lot. They just get on with it, not outwardly anyway. And how the families deal with it, and how brave they are. How brave these people really are. And it is such a humbling experience. We have to help them. We have to help. Can't not, can you?
All the time now
but I don't mind, no, I don't feel alone. No, don't you doubt me, my mind is in my bed. Well, the things that we can't see are the things we fear. Times are rolling, it's rolling with the blue. Oh Lord, won't you help me with the path I choose? Laughing and joking, that's all I wanna do. With people that love me, people just like you. Needles and pinholes up and down my arm. I'm just another number down at the hospital farm. That killer within me, that killer you can't see. I see that killer within me, don't stand a chance against me. I see that killer